Octavia was born. Stolas was happy at first, but he realized something. Stella wasn't a good person, to say the least, and this would not be a healthy environment for Octavia. She wasn't going to grow up with a great life living like this, living with a mother that doesn't love their father, living with a father who doesn't love their mother. Not to mention that Stella would be an awful parent, an awful mother, an awful person to be around. So, Stolas was going to have to make a choice. However, he had to make sure Octavia was going to grow up with a good house. Then he remembered something. Morningstar. Lucifer is known for being a super nice person, and his daughter was nice also. Stolas sighed as he picked up Octavia as a baby and ran to Charlie's house. We cut to Charlie. Charlie was doing her normal morning routine when suddenly her doorbell rang. As she went and opened the door, she found a baby left to her, as it was Octavia.
Charlie saw a note. As she began to read it, it said, "Do not look into our backstory, please. I am a noble, but I was forced to marry. I do not love my wife at all. And, well, she would grow up in a bad household. Please, take care of her." Charlie was shocked, but she was going to take care of this child like it was her own. Charlie would then begin to raise Octavia. Octavia would grow up and be a few years old at this point. She was a kid, around 8 or 7. Octavia was getting along with her mother, and she was very sweet like Charlie, but at the same time, she loved the fight. She was kind of a tomboy at this point, since her personality would be so different from canon because of how she grew up, and she was a tomboy because of how much she loved Lucifer, her granddad. As one day, Lucifer would walk in, "I got you a gift from my favorite granddaughter."
Octavia would run straight to Lucifer and ask, "What is it?" Lucifer would simply smirk and say, "Well, they're duckies. Aren't they just the cutest?" As Lucifer would take out a bag of rubber duckies, as he would jump on his hand and quack, 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 as one even breathed fire. As Lucifer said, she might think they're lame. Octavia was so excited. She loved all the rubber duckies. As she hugged Lucifer, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're so cute." As Lucifer laughed, he went in and had a good time. Octavia looked up to Lucifer. She also looked up to Charlie, but Lucifer was just amazing. He was a great granddad and a kind soul. She loved being around him. And as the years passed, Octavia would grow older and older and older. And eventually, someday, something would happen. Charlie would meet Vaggie, just like in canon, but this time she had a daughter. As Charlie brought Vaggie in and took care of her, Octavia would look at her and say, "Who are you?" Octavia would simply stare right at Vaggie, as Vaggie would say, "Oh, she's someone who was hurt in the extermination, and I took her in, and well, she's gonna stay here for a while. Is that okay?" Octavia would say, "Fine, but you're not gonna use my room." As Vaggie would say, "I won't." She would be quite cold-hearted towards Vaggie at first, but over time, Octavia would warm up to Vaggie, and Vaggie, and Charlie would start to hit it off, and slowly they would start to date. One night, Charlie and Vaggie would take Octavia to a hotel. As they all looked around, Octavia would say, "What is this place?" Charlie would go, "Eee! You see, this is a hotel to redeem sinners. It'll be amazing. It'll redeem so many people. They'll all have better lives and improve themselves. It'll be so cool, don't you think?" Octavia would say, yeah, I guess it will be." "What's wrong?" She would sigh. "I miss our old home. Can't we just live there?" Charlie would say, "Hey, this will be a new experience for the both of us, and it'll be nice to help people, you know?" Octavia did want to help people, but she wanted to stay home too. She simply sighed and walked off. As she would sit down on the couch, a couple months would pass. No one wanted to join until one day someone would walk in. Their name, Angel. As Angel looked around, he would say, "Ah, this place looks nice, so this is a free place. Octavia would say, yeah, if you want to get rid, try to hold back laughing, as suddenly Charlie would run in and hug him. Oh my god, we got a first guest! This is gonna be amazing! Meet Octavia, my daughter, and Vaggie, my girlfriend. We're like a family. I hope you can be a family too. In this hotel, think of us as family, Charlie would say, as Angel would say, sure, whatever. As the days passed, Angel thought this was some sort of scam, since it was Charlie, the daughter of Lucifer, but it actually seemed legit, and he started to get along with Octavia. Everything would continue just like in canon, but this time in the pilot, Alastor would take a notice to Octavia, and no, not like that, you sick people. Octavia would look at Alastor as he walked up to her. Well, the daughter of Charlie. You look like you're part of the Kowisha family. As Charlie would get nervous. She didn't expect the sinner to know that, and Octavia didn't know about her Goetia roots. As she would say, Goetia, what is... Okay, what do you want? Alastor would then smile and say, I want to help the hotel and help you all. Days would pass, and Octavia would have mostly forgotten about it, but one day, Alastor and Octavia would be alone as he walked up to her. You know, I can help you meet your real parents. Real parents? Huh. I'm pretty sure Charlie's my real mom. She is the daughter of Lucifer, so she probably reproduced me with magic. Alastor would laugh and say, possible, but I doubt it, since you look an awful lot like her and him. As suddenly, he would hold pictures of Stella and Stolas. As Octavia would look at it and say, how do you know that? Well. Let me just say that some people wanted me to get you back. Now, be a good little girl and see your birth parents. After all, you must wonder who they are. Octavia was curious and wanted to visit them, but she was gonna ask Charlie first. As the next day came, she knocked on Charlie's door. Charlie would open it and say, what is it? Charlie would take a deep sigh and begin to, look at Octavia. As Octavia said, I want to know about my real parents. How did you find out? Well, Charlie would then say, I guess it was just a matter of time. As they began to talk, Charlie would tell Octavia this story. But she wanted to meet her real parents, or at least her dad. It seemed like he cared about her, or something. Charlie would say, all right, you can go, but we can't let the mother find out. Trust me. Octavia would nod. As a few days would pass, Stolas would walk in and say, I finally get to meet you for the first time. I've wondered how you've grown up, my daughter. As Octavia would look at Stolas and say, was it worth it? Stolas would say, yeah, because you've grown up well. I'm sorry I threw you away like I did, but if I didn't do that, then, you would have grown up in a terrible household with a mother that didn't love you, who just used you and used me. But I'm so happy that you grew up like this, and I'm so happy that you were under a mother that cared and loved you, and I hoped I could be in your life. But if you don't want me in your life after doing this, after abandoning you, I understand. I don't really deserve. Octavia would hug him and say, shut up, Dad. As Stolas would smile and hug back. As it seemed everything was going well, Stolas would start to visit Octavia. Octavia would be happy because she had a father who loved and cared for her. Everything was, it was perfect for her. She had a great life. She had 2 moms, a great dad, and a matter of fact, she herself had friends. Angel, Husk, and even Alastor were her friends. However, all that was threatened by Adam, but when Adam came down, there was more forces against him this time, where IMP was actually called in by Stolas to help them win the fight. It wasn't really their thing, but hey, money is money, right? And they all battled. This would be an epic battle, but it would play out similar to as in canon, just, they would win even easier this time. As this time, Loot was destroyed too. With Loot and Adam both gone, the Exorcist had no chance of winning and no chance of coming back. But more importantly, Octavia was happy with her life. She had a dad, moms, and everyone around her who loved her. She couldn't ask for more. She wouldn't ask for more. And as time went on, she never regretted being raised by Charlie. And she loved her father more than anything.
mothers more than anything, and she understood why Stolas gave her up, and she wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's where I leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please, please share with all your friends. And please let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments. I know I enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I feel like a lot of things could change. Charlie's just such a great character, and I feel like having characters raised by her will be unique. And I know I made way too many Charlie videos, so the next video will not be a Charlie video. And I'm thinking about making a Star Wars video, and even doing something crazy like making videos that aren't what ifs, but are like my own stories, you know, my own unique story I tell. I'll tell in the same way, but it'll be different characters that I make up personally. I don't know if any of you guys would be interested in that, so if you are, please tell me in the comments below. I love you all, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope Pride Month is going great for you. Peace out.